Hello everybody, what's up? It's between the Adair and the Hat. It's a pleasure to have all of you. I'm going to be continuing the next part of the visual novel series I've been reading, and that is Our Life, Beginning and Always. Part 8. Last time, unfortunately, when things are starting to really, things are starting to get interesting. I mean, everything about it is interesting, but when things are starting to get, a certain, you know why I'm here. I'm a thirsty finch. But yeah, when things are starting to get good, for me, at least, the power went out and the internet went out, and, yeah, it, kind of very short, so, yeah, I'm gonna continue from, I'm not gonna continue from where it cut off, where I'm just gonna start from the beginning of that chapter, where it was cut off. If that makes sense. So basically, also I made sure to take the liberty of taking out, I already did I saved after the summer work and escapade. So now it's gonna be the soiree. And yeah, that was a chapter that it all crashed down. It was on soiree. And we're at the dance and everything, and yeah, that's when internet went out. So I'm gonna start from the beginning of the chapter. And we're almost there. You see? We're almost at the end of summer. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin. And I hope everyone's having a beautiful and lovely day. I whiled away the morning, doing whatever stuck to my fancy. Now I was recharging with lunch. With nothing on the horizon, I was free to spend as much, or little, time on my plate as I wanted. And that's why I was thinking of all the possibilities for the afternoon that my mom's approached me. Hi, Nivni. You okay? Mouthful, and I replied. To my surprise, they both sat with me at the table. Based on the time, I wonder if they were joining in for me for a meal, but neither of them brought anything. Alright. Great. I want to have a little chat with you. The quiet fire, little, did nothing to downplay the situation. Naturally slow, my eyes widened, looking from one parent to the other. Anything that required both of them to talk must be something big. I perked up, my mind full of exciting possibilities. A vacation, maybe, or a pet, a revelation that they were actually undercover agents. I leaned in, eager to learn more. Huh? Yeah? Go on. There's a soiree at the Cypress tomorrow night. Your mom and I are going. The Cypress was a country club my moms were part of, and where Elizabeth played golf. It seemed like every month they had some event or another, all with fancy names like soiree. I nodded eagerly, anxious for Mom to get on to the good stuff. Mom chuckled at me with a poorly concealed reaction. Leaning in, Mom took my hand and squeezed it. We decided to make the night a bit special. Olivia's going to be allowed to stay home fully, alone for the first time. You'll still be coming to the party with us. It's Elizabeth's nice party. Elizabeth's night to party with no family around. Not yours. Sorry. You gotta wait a couple more years. What's soiree gonna be like? The usual. Well, mostly. We want to make a special night for you too. So, we got a little extra planned. That was unexpected. Interested. I listened. My parents shared a look across the table. I cleared my throat, reminding them that I was still here, waiting. They couldn't keep dropping such hints, and turned coy when the conversation was about to get good. Well, Since it's a pretty fancy party that's still chaperoned, and attendees are allowed to bring a guest, we thought it might be a nice opportunity for you to invite someone, yourself, as a date, if you want. My eyes widened at the words sunken. My mom's continued, as it was a struggle to keep up. Even though we'll be at the party too, you don't hear about us getting your way. You'll be free to eat, dance, and enjoy the music as you see fit. But no leaving the property. Mom nodded at Mom's interjection.
Isn't that great?
Yes, as long as you don't leave the party. If you'd rather bring just a friend, that's A-OK too. A-OK too. That's amazing! Liz lit up because my parents shared an amused look again.
Don't worry about it.
The Sarah isn't until tomorrow, so you got time. Just let us know your plans before we're heading out. And that is all. We'll leave it to you, to your lunch. We'll leave it to your lunch now. My moms rose from their chairs in unison, disappearing to another part of the house. I barely noticed their departure. All I can think of, what just happened? The remnants of my lunch stared up at me from my plate. I thought I could finish my eating. The conversation had taken my mind off the meal, but I opted to try to eat a little more. I picked up the plate for a little while longer. Even though I relocated to my bedroom, my head was stuck on the conversation that unfolded at the dining table downstairs. I knew that... I knew I wanted it to be a date. The prospect of having my first date made it impossible to sit still. I couldn't help but jiggle my feet as I laid on the bed, contemplating the possibility. That night, being a date would actually mean asking someone out. The little I knew of what I've seen on TVs and movies, and what I heard from kids at school. My boss hadn't even entertained the idea of dating until now. I went over the possible words and phrases in my head, setting up scenarios and smooth segues for tearing them down and trying something else. I realized that I'd been mentally scripting Cove as the one who I was asking. It happened his name repeating inside my mind, his face lighting up as I invited him to join me. Smiling, I closed my eyes at the daydream crystallizing in my head. I let my train of thought continue a little while longer. I clearly pictured in his eyes the way he rubbed his arm when he was nervous, and tried my best to guess what he might do next. It was nice. I liked him. I always liked him. A lot. I wouldn't be able to stop thinking of him, even if I wanted to. And I didn't. Sighing, I shifted my position on the bed, resting my arms on the windowsill. A flock of birds caught my eye and led my gaze as it crossed the sky. I watched the birds grow smaller and less distinct until they disappeared from sight. Like the snap of a hypnotist's finger, I was released from my trance and left with a goal of my own. I was gonna take a walk. I ambled through the familiar streets of my neighborhood, picking my path at whim. It was quiet at first, with tourists choosing to congregate in the shopping area near the beach rather than venture into the sleepy residential zones. I continued down the road and soon found myself at the shore. The fresh, salty air hit me first, rolling to meet me over the grassy dunes that tickled my feet, tickled my legs, followed by the familiar view of the sea stretching out across the horizon. I came to a halt, a lone figure was standing in the ocean, the water reaching up to his knees. Though he had his back to me, I recognized that familiar silhouette as Cove's. It made sense that I find him here. He's always in his element, by the sea. I had no idea if he heard my arrival, or if it was just a coincidence. But he looked over his shoulder. My eyes met his. I confidently head over to him. No more being around the bush. I know what I want. I hadn't known I'd find Cove out in the wild, but since I definitely wanted to make the most of it, I stood over to him without hesitation. Cove smiled at me, bathed in the soft light of the afternoon sun, his hair gently tousled by the sea breeze. He looked especially charming. He then fully turned around and began to wade through the water, over to the shore. I wanted him to get to me already. I can hardly wait to talk about this. Heart aflutter. I wonder what I was gonna say to him when he reached me. The question of whether to invite him, and if so, in what fashion, was in front of me, between leaping into a world of unknown, or enjoying the safety of the familiar. Hey, Nivni. Are you free right now? Not exactly. My mom's taking me to a soiree tomorrow, at the country club. It was kind of strange segue, but I wanted to get right to the point. A soiree? Huh. Sounds exciting. He was smiling politely, but I could tell that my outing mention hadn't sparked much interest. Let me try something. I want to try with auto, so I don't have to keep clicking. Hopefully it's not too fast. Cove tilted his head curiously at me. There's no mistaking it. I want him to be my date, not as a friend. Cove continued to watch me, expectantly. It was kind of thrilling to keep him in suspense. Nivni? Cove, I want you to be my date for the party. I spoke my thoughts clearly. Caught off guard, he lifted his head in front of his chest, out of surprise. Then he picked them down and crossed over his chest. He twisted his face to the side, no longer able to meet my eyes. He's still gonna hide the flush on his cheeks. Are you serious? I am serious. As something serious. It's very serious. That's what I'm saying. His lips were pressed tightly together, preventing any more words from slipping out. I could tell that he was nervous, but that was always easy to pick up with him. I think it's going a bit too slow. and... Yay! Cove closed his eyes, trapped in an awkward position. He was gripping his arm so tightly that his skin around his knuckles was fully taut. Are you okay? Cove exhaled at last, laying outside, then stretched into another tense silence. His stance loosened. His arms stayed crossed over his chest. He was no longer clutching them like a shield. I didn't even be the one to break the quiet. Thanks, Nivni. I guess I'm gonna have to tell my dad. And mom, too. Right. I gotta let my moms know where you're going. Can you come with me? Yeah. It was a relief that I thought enough to manage a speech again. I hoped that by the time I got to the house, I'd be able to manage a full sentence once more. Cove went to where he discarded his things in the sand, tucking a shirt over his head and slipping on a pair of shoes before joining me and setting off home. Two of us stepped inside the front door of my house. It was an action I'd taken together countless times, but my stomach had never churned quite like this on previous occasions. At the sound of the door opening, my mom poked her head into the hall.
Hello.
Hello. Ah, Cove, it's you. What a surprise. She chuckled at her own joke. Cove was always there, and she knew how close the two of us were. Bring anyone other than him back would have been an actual surprise. Hi, Mrs. Adair. It's nice to see you. So I take it Cove is gonna be our guest for tomorrow night? Yep.
Well...
And what kind of outing will it be? Her voice is hesitant, but serious. Cove ducked his head down reflexively. I knew that he figured out what she was driving at. There's nothing to hide. It's gonna be a date. Mom nodded in understanding. She wore a wispy smile. Mom's gonna be thrilled about this. Cove tilted her head back up, just slightly. He peeked through the longer strands of his hair. Just her, Mrs. Adair? If I hadn't been able to see his wide, worried eyes, I had heard anxiety in his voice. My mom sighed and patted him on the arm. Oh, Cove, you're a great kid. Most parents hope that their kids meet such a special person someday. She glanced aside, a wary expression on her face. Someday is the real keyword there. She turned back to the both of us. But you just had to move in right across the street at 8 years old. Mom crouched down, shaking her head, and put a hand on each Cove's shoulders. Cove, give her the cold shoulder. Cove, I hope you're planning on being very good to Nivni. Do not just talk about tomorrow night. She nudged him playfully on the cheek with a fist. Cove, who had been blushing with this all began, was now as red as an heirloom tomato. Okay, yeah, I was, or will? Mom, you're making me uncomfortable. I crossed my arms over my chest. In front of Mom. We're just trying to scare Cove off before I even had a chance to go out with him. He didn't speak further. His eyes locked down on his shuffling feet as he rubbed the scar on his arm. The redness remained intact. Okay, I've been Cove to the ringer now. Ringer enough. The big day isn't even here yet. I wonder if that meant she intended to give a repeat of this performance tomorrow. I was afraid to find out. I'll give your folks a call and get everything squared away. She headed off to the phone, leaving the two of us alone. Cole's eyes stared to me, and he shot a quick, delicate smile before staring at the ground again. I'm gonna go across the street, talk to my parents. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, Cove. He retreated from my home's entryway without another word. And the rest of the afternoon passed by, just like that. Back in my room, my mind was lit with visions tomorrow night. The story was something, but not nearly as exciting as going on my first date. Hi, Ghostwolf. Ghostwolf says, meow. I am starting this chapter again because last time the stream crashed. Glad you can make it for this stream, Ghostwolf. Cheers. I was sure that Cove actually said yes, and that he was a genuine date to the party. I hugged my knees to my chest, overwrought by the thought the night couldn't come soon enough. The evening of the story had arrived, the daylight hours having slipped away in the blur. Up in my bedroom, I was getting ready for the big event. That was my intention, at least, but how to an outfit stationed in front of my wardrobe, I scanned over the clothing I had at my disposal. Though Ma had mentioned this event was a bit dressier than a normal get-together, I didn't necessarily have to comply. I wonder how Cole would feel about my outfit. I couldn't help but wonder, or consider how he'd respond to the way I would dress. Would he like seeing me dressed all fancy? Or would he reinforce the weirdness of the situation? My mind was drifting across the street. Was Cole going through the same steps right now, staring at his wardrobe and trying to decide what to wear? I had no idea if he would dress up for the occasion himself, or if he wore his usual attire. It'd be so much easier if I knew what he was gonna do. I want him to see me in a different light, in a new light. I look for something formal. I intend to decide between the nice pieces in my wardrobe, the ones that rarely had a chance to come out. I decided to dress formally because honestly, I like dressing up. There was something magical about the sheen of the elegant fabric and the cut of the formal wear, something that transformed everyone into a more sophisticated version of the normal self. To start, I decided to wear a dress. The one I picked was light and sheen, The silky material seemed to glide through my fingers as I took it from the wardrobe. It was a perfect fit for a summer evening party. I began to get dressed, my fingers working stiff zips and awkward fastenings. It felt different against my skin, reminding me with every movement that I was dressed up. Whatever happened tonight, I was pleased that I got an opportunity to wear this. Now dressed, I gave myself a final glance over before heading downstairs, ready to head out. I found my moms already waiting in the living room. They were putting the finishing touches on their outfits. Mom strapping her heel into a stiletto shoe, and Mom trying to fasten a bracelet single-handed. They looked as I entered. Oh, Nivni, you look so nice. What do you think, Pam?
Thanks.
Thanks for dressing up, Nivni. I hope the party will be prepared for your arrival. You look sharp. Mom was still struggling with the bracelet. I lent a hand, literally, by taking one side and holding it as she secured the clasps. Thanks, kiddo. Hi, Avery. Avery says he's a cat. Nah. Mom then glanced over at the clock on the wall, seeing where the hands were pointing. A frown creased her face. Hi, Avery. Glad you and Gulsa can catch this dream. Where's Cove going to be here? Do you know? I'll go get him. Oh yeah? She raised her eyebrows, a broad grin replacing the earlier frown. That's very polite of you. Go sweep him off his feet. Want to leave in 10 minutes. Okay. Cole's house is mere seconds away from mine, making the warning unnecessary, but I dutifully went out. After crossing the street, I found myself at Cole's very familiar front door. I rang the doorbell. This chime was lodged in my head from all the times I rung it over the years. Though, unlike usual, Cole's mom, Kyra, was the one who answered it this night.
Come on.
Hey, Nivni, come on in. Avery says I like the story. She beckoned me inside, as if she was so excited to see the words alone weren't enough. Thanks for coming. The boys will be right down. They're just in Cole's room. I can call them if you want. Nah, it's alright. I can wait. Sure. She took a seat on the sofa and patted a chair. Feel free to put your feet up. While I waited, Kyra easily filled the time by chatting with me about my plans for the night ahead. A short while later, Mr. Hohen strolled into the room, giving me away. Cove put his face to a smile. As I reciprocated, the tension in his face faded away. I watched him taking in my outfit, swallowing, and grinning at me again. That smile of his. Hi, Nivni. Hi, Cove. He opened his mouth to speak more, then paused. Cove checked the time using a clock hanging on the sidewalk and addressed his parents.
We gotta go.
If that had been time for a real discussion, I felt relieved about the positive reaction. He abruptly headed towards the door.
Come on.
Where's the fire? Isn't this something you want to do before leaving the dance? Cove froze and winced at the call while his dad continued to smile encouragingly. Curious, I watched Cove expectantly. It was hard to imagine what he would want to do before heading out, or what we even have time for. My mom's warning about not taking too long echoed in the back of my mind.
Come on.
We can do that later. Right, sorry. Forgot I said anything.
Have a blast, you two. Bye. I ducked out, following Cove into the street. Cove sighed, wrapping a hand across his forehead. Seeing the look on my face, he shook his head.
It's okay.
I'm fine. It's nothing.
That was good news. I didn't think Cove would get too much fun out of a party if he went in already feeling bad. But it didn't explain his actions, or his dad's teasing question. What was your dad on about? His expression grew pained, his brow creased, and his mouth furrowed as he avoided my eyes. I might have gotten worried if not for the flush coloring in his face. He's just embarrassed. Cole drew himself up before responding.
Dad's making a big deal about everything ever since he found out about this.
He gestures vaguely between me and him.
How I dress, how I should prepare, what was gonna happen. He even looked at the precise definition of a soiree in 2 dictionaries, in case one was wrong.
That's a lot.
He wanted to make sure I would know what to do at one. So after he figured it out, he made sure to tell me about it.
He exhaled, smiling sheepishly.
Don't worry about it.
Sorry for complaining. It's not your fault. It's not really his fault either.
It's okay.
Thanks. I was trying to get somewhere with that. But my dad and mom insisted that since this is
He paused, pushing the hair back from his burning face, and forced himself to continue.
It's a date. Kind of a fancy party. I need to bring something for you for inviting me.
Conclusion of the story caught me by surprise. I blinked, unsure if I slacked too much on my own preparations for tonight. You got me a present?
Not really. Just this.
Cove reached behind himself, took something out of his back pocket. His hand returned to view with him. A single, small rose by the stem. Cove threw his gaze to the floor, shyly inching his hand closer to mine. I don't like this flower. I'm kidding. This is my favorite flower. It was on purpose. You remember my favorite flower you wanted to give to me. His voice cracked under the strain of being confronted of what he had done.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Cove, you're so wonderful. He sputtered her weak laugh out of sheer anxiousness rather than humor.
I mean...
I'm not. You're not the one who.
No, I think you are.
Okay.
He didn't have it in him to continue the conversation, even if that meant not being able to refute my assessment. Then, I accepted the flower from him. Cove straightened himself out in response.
So, we're gonna be late if we keep standing here.
Right. We better hurry. I returned home, Cove in tow. My mom's welcomed me back. I expected him to pow me back outside immediately, but the urge was momentarily stifled as I caught the side of the flower clasped in my hand. Thankfully, unsharing an infuriatingly knowing smile, I took it in stride and didn't say anything. Mom's smug look vanished as she caught the sight of the clock. Purpose remembered, my mom was me out once more into the car and off to my destination. Costa said, let's fill a chat with meows. I pulled up at the country club. The sun had sunk deep into the horizon, the last of light sleepily warming the oncoming night. My mom led the way to the space around the back, where the event was being held. The place had been transformed through the decoration, with small tablecloths and elegant ribbons contributing to the festive atmosphere. Hi, Doop. Doop says, hey, Nini girl. Sorry going overboard in Discord. That's fine, Doop, as long as you learn your lesson and try to do better, alright? I'm glad you can make it for your stream. The musicians dressed in matching black and white were setting up their instruments and flicking through pages of sheet music. As I promised, there was a table covered in plates of carefully prepared food. Destination reached, my parents rounded on me and Cove. Things haven't kicked off yet, but don't let that stop you from enjoying yourselves.
Have fun.
Have fun. We'll be around if you need us.
See you later.
See you. Bye. Cove waited my mom's off. Once they retreated a distance away, I found him watching me expectantly. What now? It wasn't a question, but a plea for help. I could tell that he definitely didn't know what to do with himself in this situation. Well, I had to wait for something to start, like the band, but there's still some other stuff going on already. Cove perked up at that.
Really?
Oh, do you want to do any of those? Wherever they are.
How about check the snacks at the refreshment table? I can go eat some new food right now, even if the music hasn't started yet.
Oh?
That's okay. It's not too soon.
No one will mind. Really.
Okay.
The two of us wandered over to the refreshment table. With that being early in the night, they had barely been touched and the plates were nearly as pristine as when they left the kitchens. The offerings are all tiny and bite-sized, ready to be picked up and sampled. It's immediately apparent that there is plenty to choose from. Just from the level of care which was presented, it was clear that this was fancy stuff. Cove stirred at one plate, then another, confused. Hi, Kenny. Can you say hello again, Nivni?
Maybe?
I think I know some of this.
Some of it's only good. I examined the table like a detective at a crime scene. That one is so sour, your tongue will show up. That looks like chocolate, and it is. Mostly.
What else is it?
Nasty. Bleh. Cole's eyes are wide as I guided him through what was on offer. It made me feel sophisticated. Cole squared his shoulders as if gearing up for a match. His stance was familiar for all the times I see him preparing for some sporting event. Dope says... No, I don't know any other way to change my Discord server to make it easier. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. You just gotta get used to it. Unless there's like a unspecified like one of my chirps has like dyslexia. If you have something like that, then maybe I can look into it. But yeah, I think I've done. I mean, pretty simple for everybody to navigate. You just gotta get used to it. Cole says,
I'm gonna try it.
he picked up the plate and took one appetizer, then another, and another. Soon, I realized he was taking one of every single type. You're taking everything.
Uh-huh.
Why not? I generally was sampling everything. I might be self afterwards, but that was a primer for my future self. Right now, I was enjoying the feast to the full. Oh, I lost an auto. Saying how was long, holding his way through everything the Cypress had. The results of his endeavor were mixed. He was revolted by some of the things he tried, opening, screwing his face up, and rushing to find a drink to wash the taste away. Yet, those bad experiences didn't stop him from plowing on, moving on to the next snack with an open mind. There were some foods that he was neutral about, dismissing them with a shrug. Best of all, were his reactions when he stumbled across something good. Each time he caught him by surprise, his expression morphing from wary curiosity to skeptical interest, from making a way for astonished enjoyment. Hi there, Nico? Nico says, Madam, wish not to cause you alarm, but there appears to be a hand in your hair. Oh, you mean... Yeah, it's just like bird claw. Hi there. Nice to meet you. I'm Nivni. But yeah, hold on. See? It's supposed to be like, yeah, it's my bird hair clip. My bird claw clip, belonging to Nifty Half Year. But if you're worried about hands appearing like in my hair, hold on. Oops, wrong one. There's a hand. But yeah, welcome. I'm just reading a visual novel. It's been a long one, but I'm enjoying this thoroughly. It's been a slow burn, and all the worthwhile. All the way from childhood, and then yeah, and now we're finally like being an actual proper couple. But yeah, it's not a hand, it's a bird call. But thanks for noticing. And sorry for the little detour chirps, but no one's ever asked me about my bird clip hair, my claw over here. But the reason why I made it like that, Because actually, I wanted like a little creepy thing in there to like offset the adorableness of my outfit. So yeah, when you look at my hair, like, hey, something's reaching behind you, and like, surprise, it's a bird. Nickel says it is a pleasure to meet you as well, Miss Adair. I never been called Miss Adair and called other things, like princess or something, but it's nice someone call me Miss Adair. Thanks, Nico. It's good to meet you too. Oh, and if you're interested later on, like tonight, I'm going to do Love for Dead 2. But for now, I'm just unwinding with Cove over here. Cove is dreamy. Oh, also, one of the fun things about this visual novel series is that in the beginning, I used my Chibi novel. My Chibi model. Because, yeah, I wanted something to represent me as like a kid. As like we went through childhood. And now, yeah, it's kinda, I don't know, feels kinda enriching to see like go from Chibi to normal me. That's just me. But please enjoy. Regardless of how I felt about how he's currently eating, I could tell he was having a good time, just being free to eat whatever he laid his eyes on. I thought that was nice too. After going through a round of sampling, I continued munching on the refreshments while waiting for the music. In no time at all, the sun set in full, the lights faded in, and the opening notes of the band's first song rang out. Cove and I stopped what we were doing, turned to contemplate the party that had been steadily unfolding while we were distracted. It was much busier now, both in terms of people and activity. The first steps were taken on the dance floor, some attentive, others eager, and if the band hadn't been playing, the constant level of chatter would have ensured that it wasn't a quiet night. And the wires sparkling. With the party now in full swing, my options had increased. I gotta do it. I'm gonna ask Cole to dance. I'd like to dance. Cove, is that right? Wait, what did he say? Cole said, really? He blurted the word out without thinking and clamped a hand over his mouth before anything else could spill out. Really? Cole sucked in a deep breath as if trying to inhale confidence as well as oxygen into his lungs. He gave a single serious nod before holding a trembling hand out towards me. There was nothing to be nervous about with him. I knew him all my life. I felt confident. I was at ease with Cove and nothing to fear from a dance. Quite the contrary. I stood tall, ready to make an impression. I took Cole's outstretched hand. His skin was hot and damp. I squeezed it, giving a reassuring smile, and together, we carefully made our way to the dance floor. I took my place standing before each other, hands still entwined. Frowning, Cole assessed the situation, trying to puzzle out like a math problem, before putting his remaining free hand on my shoulder. I repositioned his hand to my waist. Gently, I took his hand from my shoulder and moved it lower, down for the dance. His eyes shook at the touch. How tense his arms was. I knew Cole was fighting an urge to pull it away.
But ultimately, he smiled shyly at me, and his grip, on the other hand, tightened. Cove towered over me. I'd long been aware of the height differences, but bring myself to dance that brought them to the forefront once more. Yeah, I'm a munchkin compared to him. Cove awkwardly glanced down at me from the corner of his eyes, looking almost apologetic. The music had begun. We both moved, eagerly trying to catch up to it, but my feet took in the opposite directions, just in case anything happens, because last time I was on this part, but yeah, the stream, it crashed, because like the power went out over here. So just in case something like that happens again, let me save. There. Fumbling, the two of us shuffled from side to side, attempting to mirror each other's movements, but always winding up at odds. It was difficult. Cove was struggling just coordinating his own limbs to the rhythm, let alone matching my movements. Cove's foot goes over mine. It was that it'd be the safest for everyone if I simply swayed to the tune. I rooted myself to the floor, my torso gently moving to the sounds. Gratefully, Cove kept his movements small and subtle in the same way. I was fine for a little while. I wasn't gonna win any dancing accolades with Cove, but that didn't matter. I was treasuring just being so close to him. Gosa says, well, now my chat is stuck. Gosa says, meow, I'm a cute kitten. Can't resist my cuteness. You're not a kitten. You're a kitsune, Ghost Love. You said it many times. But you're a cute kitsune. Calls up out of sync with the music, knocking against me. He flinched back, nearly pulling me over in the process. I took a hand from him and held it up, holding for scenes so I could get both our bearings once more. Cove, it's okay. Instead of fully accepting the reassurance, Cove looked off. Thanks. Then I took Cove's hand once more, and gently resumed swinging to the music. Cove reluctantly followed suit, his steps small and apprehensive. He mumbled something quietly. This is a long song. I wasn't sure how to take that, or it meant that there was something wrong, or if Cove didn't like dancing, or he didn't like dancing with me, specifically. It made the last couple minutes of the song uncomfortable, as I weighed up to what to do, what to say to Cove. The musicians laid their music instruments down. Cove dropped his hands as if they were burning him, drilled off the dance floor as quickly as he could without breaking into an outright run. Cove. In truth, I bet that was faster than most people could hear and manage. I had difficulty telling him before I get lost in the crowd. When I caught up with him, he said nothing. I tried to get him into doing something else, but eliciting anything from him was anything but easy. Hi, Castellans. Castellans is hey, Nivni. How's it going? I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for asking, Castellans. How are you? Gosa says, Nivni, may I have this dance? I appreciate the offer, Kosov, but this is Cove. Yeah, this is our dance. I've been looking forward to this all night. But yeah, I'm
I'm doing wonderfully. I hope you're doing great, Castellance. Later on, I intend to do Love Letter 2, but for now, just enjoying some quality time with my Cove. I focus over Cove, wondering how he was finding the evening. He sighed. It was so quiet and obtrusive that I wouldn't have caught it if I hadn't been watching him. His gaze was roaming, with how far away his eyes seemed. Whatever he's searching for couldn't be found at the party. He turned to face me before I could say anything.
I want to sit down.
We can do that. Cove began to move, and I instinctively followed him. Yet instead of taking a seat as one of the many free tables I expected, Cove ignored them as he purposely strolled out of the party area. Maybe I did something wrong. Cove, where are you going? I called him and seen to register with him as he continued forward out of the greens of the golf course. I went after him, trying to figure out the uneven ground underfoot. The claws of earth dislodging and games of golf were perfect for snatching unwary feet, even in daylight. Up ahead, Cole didn't appear to have any difficulty traversing the uneven land. He settled down on one of the little hills off the golf course. I joined him, so unsure of what was going on. Are you alright? Why are we here? Cole started as he acted on instinct, and my questions had brought him around to reality again.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I'm okay. It's nice over here.
I wasn't arguing with the statement, but Harry answered my question. It would have to do for now.
You can go back to the party.
I didn't budge from my spot. From here, the party was just glowing haze in the distance. Hey, I was glad to take a break. Hey, I'm happy to be here. I wanted a little rest. Cole nodded, recognizing a shared feeling. I wonder if it's because as an introverted person, it can be overwhelming being that kind of situation that's setting. Even if everyone's having a good time over there, it's just overwhelming. Now that Cole was more at ease, I tried to find out what caused him to take flight in the first place. Maybe also the pressure there. He's expected to do certain things because I made it a date. Even thinking the words pained me. I had to know the answer. Did going to the party with me make you uncomfortable? Logically, I knew that the issue was likely the activity rather than my company. My heart strained with the worry that it had been my fault though. Was it because I made you dance? His abrupt departure from that was another indicator that something had gone awry.
What?
No! He shook his head emphatically. It's not anything I did tonight. It's definitely not anything you did, either. Relief overcame me. I suspected as much. But with this being my very first date, it was hard to be sure. Cove attempted to fill in the gaps of understanding.
don't want to think about going into the party. I just feel ready to go home.
What kind of answers that to your home planet? I'm not gonna do that. I want an option where I could just like go with him. I mean, it might be far, but hey, maybe we could work out of a system. I mean, then by the time we get back to the party, it'll be over. I don't want to keep quiet either. I don't like any of these options. If I go like try to get my mom's, like, hey, coming home early, then he's gonna feel guilty about that. I don't want that on his conscience. I'm sorry you're not having fun anymore. Cole stared off, and his words just felt as distant.
It's okay.
Cole sat there quietly, gazing out into the shadowy hills and valleys of the golf course. Comfortably warm wind rustled between me, tossing his hair. It was so far away from the hubbub of the party. I could even make out the quiet sound of crickets chirping.
This is kind of like how we first met. Do you remember?
No, I don't. No time for jokes. Of course I do. I liked him from the very first day.
It was so weird. That was like a long time ago. Now.
I thought back to the day when Cole first arrived in the neighborhood. I ran away from Mr. Holden, taking solace in the hills behind my house. That had been late too, on a clear night like this today. Looking up at the sky, I wonder if the stars were looking down at the same ones as them. Cole's face was brighter, though I could still see the signs of strain that caused him to part from the soiree. When he first sat down, he curled up like a pill bug, hunched over, knees pressed to his chest, and arms wrapped around them. He unwound as he'd been talking, straining up, his hands free to gesticulate. It was as though the two of us had constructed our own little world, away from everything else, and he was beginning to perk up. The small smile that crept on his face was quickly ushered away by a frown.
I can't believe I'm on a date.
Cole felt up the steam before I could react. He spoke in a skin whisper tone, so he was the only one in the world who we could share these words with.
After I said I wanted to come, I wanted to take it back. Not because I really didn't want to, but because I don't know. It seemed like a big deal. It made me feel bad somehow. I started feeling like I couldn't do it, even though I just wanted to do it. I guess it was sort of like having to give a presentation in front of the class, even though it was just me and you doing something like we always do.
He charged on, his words streaming out.
I still could do it because thinking about not being there and you, well, you might think if I did take it back, you feel way worse than whatever else I felt.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Nivni. I'm sorry I can't just deal with stuff like this. I had to make everything so complicated. I'm not sad. I'm not upset. On some level, I kind of understand where he's coming from. I don't want him to feel bad. That sounds terrible. You might take it as me, like, hating him. I could just smile at him, but that would just seem like, I don't know, I'm being passive-aggressive. Cove? You didn't have to come. You couldn't just tell me. After all this, you had just been feeling bad. Why did you put the both of us through this? Why couldn't you just say anything sooner? I wanted to come. I'm not wishing I stayed home, or that this part never came up. It didn't sound like that. You wanted to take it back. Moved his head to look straight on, eyes meeting mine.
No way.
Yeah, I did. But it's not because I hate parties, or because I hate you. I never could. It's just me. There's lots of stuff I want to feel okay doing. I just don't. I can't explain why. I don't even know why. It probably isn't that someone's trying to include me. You're the one who doesn't want to keep doing things.
I'm sorry.
I'm like this. I always am. And then I make you feel bad. No one's gonna force you to keep trying. But if you do, then I'm gonna keep trying too. When there's something I want to do, and I start to feel bad for some reason, I don't want to give up to that or run away, especially if it's for you. He flushed and had to break the fragile eye contact made. Because, I want to keep doing things with you, no matter what. I don't want you to stop wanting me there. Because when I do, whatever is for real, and you're with me, it all feels all better in the end. It always does. So, thanks for inviting me, Nivni. It was something really special. Just be honest with him. Things are coming. For telling me all that. Cove, things are telling me. Be honest with me. Always made me feel secure to lean against Cove, having him support me in the most literal of senses. Cove stood up without warning, support gone. I threw out an arm to catch myself, toppling over. At that point, I didn't have much choice but to join him on my feet. I tilted my head up in an unspoken question. Cole smiled awkwardly, brushing some grass off the side of his pants.
Wanna dance with me?
You already danced with me. I didn't think you had a good time. It's a dance party, right? And I think he trailed off, brow furrowed as if he was trying to figure out the answer himself. Nodding slowly, he continued. I think I want to dance with you again before it's over. With the only words he had to explain gone, just held up his hand to me. Expression was soft.
Damn, I would never pick that one.
I nodded quietly, then reached out for his hand and took it in mine. Cove bit his lip as his fingers entwined together, his cheek reddening. We returned hand in hand. The party reached the end of a long evening. Dance couples had become scarce. Once one pair among many were hard to notice, but now the space would act as a spotlight. Not that there were many left to watch us. He was still at ease, even buoyed by the dissipated crowd. This time, there was a spring in his step as I walked onto the dance floor together with him. Cove kept hold of the hand I had given him back on the little hill. Remembering our earlier attempt at dancing, he placed his hand on my waist, on his own, though still with a touch of trepidation. Cove hesitated while I waited for a sign. Song in progress. Before I had stepped out to dance, there was no signal for the right moment to begin. The same thought occurred to Cove, who shrugged his shoulders with keeping form, taking that as a starting point. I cautiously began to sway. Cove really followed my example. I danced carelessly, dimly aware of its music guiding me. I was more focused on Cove. His attention was firmly fastened on me. Unlike before, when he had nervously looked down at his feet as if he was trying to keep in check, his eyes were steady. He didn't allow himself to be shaken when my knees knocked against each other. We both briefly fumbled our steps. Instead, he chuckled, and it was as soft as the roll of the morning tide. His lips would curl into a shy crescent. He had been drifting into a dreamlike state, but that expression, one I'd never seen before, pinned me back to reality. My heart was caught in my clinch, held tight and yet straining with the effort of thumbing harder after any amount of physical exertion. As if in response, his hand began to hold mine's with increased strength, moving ever so slightly more towards him. Thoughts about what it meant or what might happen and was over eased, and the both of us were able to simply have this dance. Time fell away as I took in a small moment. All too soon, the song reached its conclusion. I could have continued quite contentedly for some time more. I stilled, one hand of mine's over his. Cove showed no sign of moving either. It was hard to let go. I heard my name called out, and that brought the dance truly to an end. We both spun to find my mom yelling for me and Cove. Beside her, Mom was shaking her head.
Sorry.
It's time to go home. Lonnie, I need to get hold of them somehow. What you wanted me to do? Sneak up on them? Her children's medical was Emily better than that. I still wince at how dazed I've been. She announced her arrival. Cole looks embarrassed that he seriously worried about him fleeing again. This time, I didn't think he stopped until he was out of the grounds. Despite Cole's reaction to that scene with my mom's, to me, it had been a perfect ending to the evening. I was so glad I got a chance to dance with Cole once more before the night was over. And it definitely was over now. I didn't even say anything to Cole when the two of us marched Rosie over to my parents. We're still bickering playfully. Standing shoulder to shoulder, my parents serving me and Cole. I wonder if they were checking and that they were returning to Mr. Holden's son in the same state that he left the house. I didn't do anything to him. Except, sweep him off his feet. And that was quite the night, huh, gang? Was it just? Cole managed a self-conscious smile. Yeah. Well, I was smiling too, with an expression so soft I could have cradled a newborn chick.
Well,
And how was your very first date? Please don't start them already. It technically hasn't even ended yet. Fine. Good. Well, we better get ready ourselves to get back to Elizabeth. If we're lucky, house might still be standing.
Pam.
Oh, shush. She swung my mom playfully, laughing at that comment. I cast one look at the party. I saw people exchanging farewells and suppressing yawns. Most of the faces were happy ones, despite the wariness that was starting to creep in. Cole's head was angled away from me as I watched, wondering what he was looking at. He came around and met my gaze. It was strange. Only been a few hours of our life. I felt a little older as a result of attending the party. It was like a step away from the world of my childhood, or dressing up as reserved almost exclusively as a form of play, towards something new that I hadn't yet grasped. Turning away from the final moments of the party, I shelved that thought for another time as my mom equally led the way back to the car. As Cove and I tailed after them, and I felt childlike once more. This is gonna be it, the end of the summer. Just in case anything happens. Let me save here. And then summer ended. What is this? Oh, I think this is for like, yeah, it's for like our potential love interest. Cole is for me. Move on to the next step. Are you sure? Yes, definitely. After this, I think it's like, yeah, this epilogue of the summer. Then I'll end this stream, I'll take a break, and then I'll start Left 4 Dead 2. What's that? Let me see. There was no denying today was the very last day of summer. Tomorrow, I'll be heading to class. My feelings are muddled. There are aspects going to school that I missed, and others I could happily live without, so I could pick a mix between bits of the summer and school. I got dressed, not envisaging the day before me, but contemplating what lay ahead for me tomorrow. Life is going to be different. I had come to think of the summer vacation as the norm, but school sucked up the majority of the year, whereas the summer vacation was just like a respite in the middle. So, rather than being different, it was kind of like a return to normal. What did normal life really mean? I consider how fondly my mom talked about her summer vacation as kids. I didn't recognize that one year, the pattern of school and summer itself would be over for good. It was hard to imagine. I got distracted. One arm still out of my sleeve. I put it through and put my mind back to the present. This season had brought plenty of changes on its own, like Kara's visit, though that too was coming to an end today. To be honest, yeah, at first I didn't like her because I thought, I don't know, she like neglectful mom, but I grew making fun of her. The neighborhood was about to feel a lot emptier. I finished dressing, which was good. He'll be there any moment. Officially, the plan was that he would come over to bring me round to his house when she was ready to set off. But we both knew that I'd be hanging out for at least a little while beforehand. Kara's visit had troubled Cove when it first appeared. It happened a sudden change, thanks to Mr. Hold's infamous tendency to surprise people. But once he was able to adjust, having pretty good spirits with her around, it was a relief to everyone. I turned back to my desk. The box containing my accessories resided. I gone out and bought several anklets. My eyes bored into the box. What should I wear for any of Cove's visits today? Yeah, because last time when we were on a road trip, one conversation to another, and I asked Cove, like, what does he like to see on people? And then he admitted that he thought it was attractive people wear like those anklet bracelets. I thought, I didn't think about getting one of those, so why not? And I don't know about several. I put one ankle bracelet on. My heart pounded as I slipped the hoop through the clasp and fastened in place. Cove spotted. My face grew hot as I imagined how he might react. I hope he notices. Next thought that crossed my mind was, couldn't wait. I want to go down and meet him. I found downstairs, my hands gliding down over the rail. I wanted to make sure I got there first. If I didn't hurry, my mom might answer it. It was only a few minutes later when the doorbell rang, so I tried to stand beside it to wait for Cove. There was no delay in pulling open. I could have waited a little bit longer. Cove was there, just as I expected. Seeing me, he flashed a bright grin. His smile. Hi, Nivni. Hi, Cove. Come on in. Once he stepped back inside, I begged for him to follow me upstairs. Back up in my room, I sat down on the bed and waited for Cove to settle in, as I knew he would. With other guests, I might have offered him a seat, but Cove and I were long past those 10 steps of friendship. My room was as familiar to him as his own. I watched as Cove sat down in the desk chair, his preferred spot. He rolled it closer to the bed to make it easier to chat, tweaking the angle so that he was facing me fully. Once happy with the position, he leaned in towards me, hands held in his lap. His actions were the ones of someone who planned on moving from his spot anytime soon, even though I had an appointment to keep together that day. When is your mom leaving?
Don't worry about it.
We got some time. She still got a shower and stuff before she goes. You don't want me to just keep hanging around while she was doing that. He lifted his head, his gaze drifting out through the window, and chuckled. I can't believe she's already leaving. Just when I'm getting used to her being there every day. And back in the chair, a weary smile tickling his cheeks. Time's going by so fast. He cocked his head thoughtfully before shrugging. He ran a hand through his hair before shaking his head, as if shaking off the topic, like a dog whipping off the wire, following a dip in the sea. Cove looked back to me, his part as if he was about to speak, with his eyes widened and his mouth closed in a tiny frown. Something has caught his attention. You notice anything different about me, Cove? Something wrapped around where the end of my leg met my foot. Is it my pants? He cast his eyes back up to my face and down to my ankle and back to my face. He repeated the process once more, twice more, as if struggling to hold two items in tandem. There's nothing on my face. My hands went up whether this could be a coincidence or not. Rain was just too shy to verbalize his thoughts, but was still trying to find the words, and this is the most he can manage. The tension made me feel... pleased. The whole plan was for him to see me in it, and I succeeded. Well, as the tension was still divided between my ankle and my face. It was totally on me. On his next glance back to my face, Cove saw my expression had shifted. I watched his bewilderment erode into mortification as he realized that he had been caught staring. He quickly spun in the chair to face the wall instead, allowing me to glimpse the flesh had spread all the way to his ears. He twisted in his chair, wringing his hands and determined avoiding looking in my direction again, his seeing that he decided against saying anything at all. What's the problem, Cove? Cove? Does it look good? Cove mumbled something unintelligible as he slumped over. With how he was hunched over, the quiet words had no chance of reaching me. Say that again? I wasn't gonna get anything out of him in this state. I waited for him to come around before speaking again. Finally, he piped up, very softly.
That's...
Did you do it because of what I said before? I mean, you know. The last few words were whispered, as if they were a precious secret. What do you think? The ankle bracelet. Yes, I did. His eyes squeezed shut. I had no idea if the answer made him feel better or more nervous. He eventually looked down at his lap. His fingers were flexing and curling an awkward dance of nerves. His chest rose as he breathed deep. Well, it looks good on you. My heart skittered in my chest, like a stone skipping across the water. One big leap from the unexpected compliment, followed by a series of shorter ones, as I absorbed the words. I beamed at him. He was looking at me again, and at last returned a smile shyly. This really couldn't have worked out any better, I thought. And there was nothing else he could add after that. The conversation lasted to another comfortable lull. Cove swung his feet underneath the seat of the chair, eyes resting on me. Having him over was nice. No matter how I spent the time, I always felt better for being in his company. I couldn't help but adore him, both as a friend and in a way that plucked at my heart a vague yearning for more. Maybe it was because summer was almost over that the feelings were rushing in on me now, like a high tide at the end of a long day. Summer was such a meaningful time for the two of us. Not only because it was when I first met, but because it was a season that I could spend almost entirely as I pleased. And both I chose to spend together with Cove. I wanted to let Cove know how much I liked him. I wanted to let him know, I mean, it's pretty much blatant. I mean, we practically went on a date. Now was the time. I couldn't go on another day without expressing these feelings I had. Think. Spoke words of affection as by kissing him. Asked if I could kiss him. He already knows how I feel about him. I'll ask him. Can I kiss you? Cole's eyebrow shot fast enough that I could have flown off his face as a match. His mouth might have dropped off his head, how much it fell open.
What?
What? Why? He clasped his hand over his mouth, his eyebrows lowered, but no expression, no less terrified. No, I didn't mean, that's not how I meant it. It's not a bad idea or anything, but why'd you see that right now?
Because I felt like it.
Because I don't want to wait any longer. Cole's chest began to rise and fall visibly as he swallowed short breaths in quick succession.
Sorry.
Sorry for being weird. It's just, I kind of thought that something like this might happen. Us talking about liking each other.
You did?
You were thinking about it before. He nodded ever so softly. My face felt a bit hard after that. He brightened a little at my positive reaction, and his explanation continued. Consider a picture how it might go. It'd be like with you and me. But just the first part, I couldn't ever imagine anything that come after. And now it's actually happened. We're there. He took another deep breath, starting on exhale.
That's,
This makes things different.
Should we find Crystal Ball for answers?
Hey, you know, things don't have to be different. He gave a wan smile. Thanks, but I don't think that'll work. I can't just forget. I definitely can't. Finally, Cove drew a breath deeper than I would have thought his lungs could hold. That must have managed somehow, however, because he held it without so much as a puff exhaled. That would have made sense if he was about to dive underwater, but sitting in the middle of my room was kind of odd and a concerning choice. Cove? Are you alright? He didn't respond, sitting as rigidly as a statue. I was about to get up, or at least nudge a chair with my foot. He let out a breath and took another.
This one, while deep, wasn't quite as dramatic.
Okay. His voice cracked on the word, the squeaking out, followed by a dip on the second syllable. I perked up, straining up in my seat. What do you mean by that? It wasn't clear whether it was a response to my original question, but a follow-up where I asked if he was alright. Having him speak again was a good start. We can. We can kiss. I want to do that.
The gas escaped me. It was okay. He wanted to kiss me. I kissed him. I untangled myself from a resting position and stood up, realizing my intent to actually go for it. Coasting up in the chair, his hands curled together in his lap. As I moved towards him, I noticed his knees knocking together as he trembled. His decision not to rise from the chair made perfect sense. If he was at that shaky while sitting down,
There's no way he managed to stand with at least one of us falling over. My legs brushed against his, quivering. As I came to stop in front of him, Cove was staring at me. As I leaned towards him, he echoed the motion and drew in towards me. Once I was close enough to feel Cove's breath on my face, I closed my eyes. The last thing I saw was Cove quickly doing the same. Please, please. My lips met with Cove's for a moment. His lips were pressed tightly together, unyieldingly. But it was alright. I was kissing him, and he was kissing me. My stomach somersaulted. I couldn't believe it was really happening. In that moment, it felt warm, and it felt nice, and it felt right. I drew back, and Cole slipped down into the chair. Knuckles of his hands pale after gripping so tightly. Thinking that he could do with some space to breathe, fiercely and literally, I took a step back. Cole shut up, stance rigid. Cole flashed her hand over his mouth, his eyes shut tight. His back then became bowed, shaking him down. I could only just make out the few words he managed to summon.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. I can't believe we actually... His hand flew up, his eyes flew open wide, but he didn't look my way, let alone meet my gaze.
Oh my god.
We kissed. We kissed. I actually thought his reaction was cute. I watched him enduringly as he tried to gather his senses. Cove only slammed his eyes closed once again. It was nice, wasn't it? Stuffing the hand to his face, in an attempt to answer, he emitted a muffled whimper. With that obviously not working, he uncovered his face at last, and a hand lay against his chest, and looked at me. Yeah. He opened his mouth, poised to speak, and pursed his lips as his words filled him. On his third and fourth attempt, I heard what he had to say. I did like it. I'm glad that we, you know. He swallowed, not able to speak the actual word. K-I-S-S-I-N-G? That we kissed. Cole ducked his head but nodded. I got the impression that he was grateful that I finished the thought, but my direct words had pierced his Achilles heel. I grinned, thrilled that the experience had been a welcome one. Smile Cole's face was real, but wary, not unlike the one he wore after a long and exhausting day of activity. Like when he had made a new personal best. The work had been hard, but the reward had been worth it. With some newfound confidence, he drew himself up as he inhaled deeply. Each word he spoke next was delicate. Nivni, I like you a lot. Probably way too much. He ducked his head bashfully and opened an eye, peeked at me through the hair that had fallen over his face like a veil. He managed to smile.
Thanks for waiting for me.
I'll always wait for you, Cove. His eyes sparkled just looking at me, his affection transparent clearly. He never could hide what he was feeling. I couldn't be more grateful for that today. Yeah, well, I like you even more, Cove. Cove scooped out a nervous giggle. He curled his hand into a loose fist and brushed the knuckles idly against his cheek. Words evaded him as he opened his mouth and closed it again. I don't... He gave up on finishing the sentence, instead of just smiling again. He rubbed his eyes with the heel of his hands. It was action usually reserved for much later in the day, but at this point it already felt like a long day. Cole then pressed a hand to his creased forehead.
Oh my god.
Does this mean I'm your boyfriend or something now? Should we tell our parents? I don't know what dad or mom would do. There was a lot of concern in there. I held it on the simplest. There was no way my mom would let me have a boyfriend, that would juxtapose with Cole's name. My heart raced. They wouldn't let me? Then what was that thing with the soiree? Eva says, Nivni blushed. Hell yeah! My parents wouldn't let me have a boyfriend, or even something. What? Did I just get amnesia or something? What do they mean they wouldn't... What? I think they do want me to have a boyfriend. And what, unless they were just like, they thought we'd never be a thing? My parents will never let me have a boyfriend, or even a something. Well, it's time for me to go to war with them. It doesn't matter though, we like each other, and that's what matters. Nobody else thought about our relationship change what it was between the two of us. Cove lifted his head from his chest and reached towards me, halting halfway, then slowly, cautiously, hooked his fingers around mine. His palm pressed against the back of my hand. I held his hand back. I rotated my hand so that my palm was to his palm. My thumb crossed one another with his. We can get it to work. We always figure things out, sooner or later. You're right. No matter what, it's okay in the end, when it's the two of us. My forthright statement made Cove gasp, but the sound that followed, and his tight grip on my hand, told me that he appreciated it. Nivni, Cove. The sand call from downstairs caught us both unaware. I nearly forgotten the world outside this room. And a guilty look on his face, Cove had done the same thing. Just had a call. Cove's mom is ready to go. If you're quick, she might keep the mandated motherly smothering to a minimum. I doubted that. But it was nice that Mom and Miss Priest had their strange sense of humor in common. My eyes met Cove's wordlessly. I headed downstairs together. Each step on the way was so painfully slow, like I was trying to delay the inevitable. His whole body tense leaving the house, and Cove froze altogether before I can cross the street with him.
Oh.
The door is open. Dad must be taking her stuff out. He swallowed hard. She's really gonna leave. Hey, Cove, this isn't the last time you'll see her. I know. I got used to having her here. Yeah. It was hard to think of a world where I didn't have both my mom's living at my house. I couldn't even imagine how much I hurt Cove. He's been feeling knowing his mom is leaving. I thought I saw the bottom of his lip quiver, just before he turned his head away from me. We don't have to head over if you don't want to. No, it would be worse if I miss her leaving. Okay. At that, some of the conflict warmth on his face eased a bit. Together, we went across the street and inside his house, finding his parents in the living room, surrounded by his mom's packed things. Hey kids. Good timing. I just called a taxi.
Hi.
Hi, Nivni. So I'm glad to see you today. It was fabulous getting to know you this summer. I finally got to put a face to the name I've heard so many times. She winked, and Cove pouted on cue over the teasing. I'm really happy I got to meet you too. Hopefully, it won't be too long before we see each other again. I suppose not. Nodding, Hara turned her attention back to the boys. She patted Cliff on the arm with a warm smile, and she enveloped Cove in a crushing hug. Initially, Cove squirmed to break free from her grip, but his mom was unfazed and kept him locked in place. Heartbeats later, he gave in and hugged her back tightly.
I'm so glad.
And I'm so happy this trip was a success. Cliff looked like he was bursting with pride.
Yeah, you lucky.
Well, not a 100% success, but it's a passing grade, I think. Thinking back at everything that happened this summer, he started to look sheepish. Cliff scratched the side of his head, and an awkward chuckle escaped Cove. Yeah, there were some growing pains there, but he got all through together as a family. There are ways I could have gone smoother, and I'm still keeping that in mind for the future.
Yeah, you need communication.
Good for you, Cliff, and I'll be trying hard to stay more in the loop. I watched as Cove smile softly at both his parents, and I felt relieved seeing how much the whole family had come together since I first met them. Despite any underlying troubles, love was still there. After that, it wasn't long before the taxi arrived, rolling up in the front of the house and in clear view of the open door. Hara stood up, smiling sadly. Well, that's my ride. Yeah. Imagine you probably got a chuckle out of Karen. As I all filed out of the house, father and son with Kara's bags in hand. Once outside, I spotted my family waiting by the street. And to my surprise, Derek was also there. He stood uncomfortably and he waved as soon as I noticed him.
Hi, Derek.
What's up?
Hey, Nivni. Hi, Cove.
When did you get here?
My dad dropped me off just a little bit ago. Thought I could visit one more time before school started.
Sorry.
You picked a busy time. Sorry.
Derek couldn't even look at Cove. Nervously kept rolling a pebble with the bottom of his shoe.
Sorry.
I wasn't even thinking that your mom would be leaving today. I'm sorry, dude. not interrupting anything. You're always welcome here. It would have been sad if I didn't get to say goodbye before leaving. I think so too. It was apparent Derek would have preferred to gone there at a more opportune time. He never liked seeming impolite. The reassuring words soothed his worries.
Eri says, Mumble. Us mumble.
The tension he was holding in his body lessened. It looked like he was feeling much more like himself. Bye, Derek. It was fun getting to know you. Bye, ma'am. Is there anything I can do to help? Nah, don't worry yourself over that. We're just about set. In that short amount of time, Cliff had gathered and packed the bags into the trunk. Howard took one last look at everyone and sighed.
Hi then, man. This is Helen Nivni.
Alright, I don't want to keep the driver waiting. It's time to head out. The little crowd that formed around started a chorus of farewells and well wishes traveling. Hara still made no move to get into the taxi. She placed her attention on Cove.
How you doing, dead man? It's good to see you again. I'm just wrapping up with this, Demas, who's your date? This handsome gentleman in the middle, Cove. We just confessed our feelings to one another in my room. And we had our first kiss together. And it was awesome. It was his ponytail. Yep, I am one happy Finch.
But yeah, we're just saying goodbye to Cove's mom. She has to go back now. Unfortunately.
Everyone's saying goodbye to her.
The little crowd that formed around her started the chorus of farewells and well wishes traveling, but Karsten made no move to get into the taxi. She placed her attention on Cove. Initially, I didn't like Cove's mom, Kara, but I found that, yeah, she's really swell. She's what an awesome person. Hope to see her again. I'll call when I get to the airport, when I make it to Nevada. Also, you better call the moment you walk in the door at home. Otherwise, we'll be wondering all night. Got into trouble on the way there.
Even says hat pat.
I can do that. And could you call tomorrow too? So I could tell how school went. Of course. I want to hear all about that. Kara put a hand on Cole's head and affectionately ruffled his hair one last time. She let go only to move on to squeezing his cheeks in her hands instead.
Cole, you're such a mama's boy.
Mom!
Cove.
I love you so much, baby. She was chuckling by the time she freed him and rounded things off with a small tap to the tip of his nose. Cole rubbed it at his face with a grin.
Cole's goofy smile.
Finally, she walked to the car while waving and took her seat in the taxi. Cliff hooked an arm around Cole's shoulder and kept him close as he began to pull away. For a moment, Cole looked up at his dad and then wrapped an arm across his back. They have come a long way and much closer than we was in childhood. Bye, Mom. Bye. Travel safe. Kyra looked down the window and stuck her head out of it. She waved again while blowing kisses at Cole and Cliff.
See you again.
Before she was out of sight, I decided to... call out with my family and hers. I added my voice to the others as I watched Kara's smile grow larger.
Bye, Kara. We'll miss you.
The cab turned down another road, completely disappeared from view. Cove let go of his dad and took a few steps out into the empty street, still looking in the direction his mom went. He smiled quietly, deep in thought. I got the impression Cove was feeling better than he was earlier. He was finally content with the way things were. The summer breeze brought a sweet, sounding jingle across the way. It was the wind chime I'd given Cove. He had hung it at the front of his house, and it became a very, very familiar sound in this neighborhood. I jumped a bit, but when my mom put a hand on my shoulder, away from my thoughts, she smiled when I looked at her. This was a great vacation, huh?
Yeah, it was.
That's what I was hoping to hear. Cove walked back over to the group, so genuinely happy. Derek grinned at him welcomely, and everyone else there smiled at him. Even Elizabeth.
Well,
Ma clapped her hands together, bringing everyone's attention back to the present. It's almost lunchtime. I think I'll put something special together. Her eyes sparkled with a plan, and Mom smiled. I bet you could use some help with that.
Eva says, wow, she's pretty.
That'd be absolutely wonderful. Derek glanced between the two, his eyebrows furrowed. Is there something I could do?
My mom's exchanged a fond expression. Ma shook her head.
how sweet.
That's very sweet, Derek. But it's alright. It's not your job. Technically, your dad left you under Cuss watch. You're meant to be taken care of by him, not doing chores for the neighbors. Mom laughed a little over her own joke. I watched Derek look away, discouraged.
It's okay.
It's okay. I don't mind.
He was a little bashful about it.
I wonder if Mom's joke had been just for Ryan, that he wasn't intentionally meant to be invited to lunch. It was getting a little awkward. Mom grinned sympathetically. Her comment was meant to lighten the mood, not bring it down. Ma tried to get things moving forward. Why don't you kids go have fun? I'll come back in just about an hour. We'll make enough for everyone.
Sounds like a plan.
Mom nodded in agreement.
Sounds good.
Another stunning idea, Lonnie.
Kenny says, what did I miss?
Thank you.
Well, Cove and I finally confessed our feelings to each other. It's like the end of the summer, and yeah, just like in my bedroom, I decided, just tell him that I want to kiss him. Then he capitulated. From then on, it was smooth sailing. So now, decided that we're gonna be boyfriend and girlfriend. But also, it's a bittersweet day because Cove had to say goodbye to his mom. She just moved back to Nevada. Now everyone's just about to have some dinner. Also for the stream, when I finish this end of summer, then I shall take a break and then do Love for Dead 2 for another stream. Kenny has been busy in the morning ever since I got a lot of training and filled some forms, and now I can take a break. Kenny says, I'm blushing. Yeah, because I was, Cove and I was, we kissed. and it was awesome. It was so sweet.
That sounds like a plan, then. I don't want to cramp your style. I got some stuff to work on, so I could be out of your hair this afternoon. You should be come back later too. No reason you should be the odd man out.
Ma seemed amused as Cliff rubbed his neck nervously, grinned a wavering, but pleased smile.
Thanks very much.
I appreciate the invite.
He looked over the assembly crowd with knowing glances.
Might can help too. As many people as you're feeding, that's gonna be a lot of food.
Didn't you hear what we told her? It wouldn't be fair to make you cook. We're the ones who are inviting you in. Ma raised an eyebrow, and Cliff waited off.
Come on.
I insist. Darby missing time with his pals. This will be a break for me. I'm quite the chef.
Ma and Mom exchanged furtive glances before Mom shrugged. Maybe they just don't want they don't want host Dad getting in the way. An airtight argument. If you're sure, we'll be happy to have you, Chef Cliff. Cliff's grin widened and seemed more hyped than I expected him to be about helping with lunch. Cole shook his head, a fond smile on his face. Cole's dad always wants to try to make people happy. Then all us girls will be heading inside, as soon the rest of you kills are staying out. Maybe not all of them. Ma tilted her head, a silent question for Elizabeth. My sister thought for a moment. He says, I thought that's cute. I'll stay with the kids.
Fantastic.
That's great.
Kenny says, and be right back for a while. Both my moms smiled at her, but Derek and Cole didn't seem to appreciate her phrasing. But with the plan decided, all three parents waved and headed for my house. It was just us teenagers now. Elizabeth looked at me and the others, a curious expression on her face. What is she thinking?
So, what now?
I suddenly wonder if Elizabeth only stayed out with me to avoid getting roped into work. Then again, she could just generally want to hang out. I couldn't tell with my sister. Cole spoke up after no one else did anything to answer Elizabeth's question.
Want to go down the shopping street? It's been a while. I don't think there's a lot of things we can agree on.
Yeah, sure.
Awesome.
Sounds awesome to me. Unlike you guys, I've been there for 1,001 times. It's new to me.
Alright, let's do it. I strode across the road as a group, strode down to the beach and to the left. I'll be right back, Chirps. You gotta take a little tinkle. Please excuse me. Blah.
I am back. Thank you for waiting, Chirps. It took less than 15 minutes to arrive. On the conveniences, a sunset bird. The four of us looked around at the familiar shops, trying to see if anything caught my attention. This time, Derek was the most enthusiastic. He checked out every stall with his eyes wide with wonder. Elizabeth and Cove are in good spirits as well. That's so cool. He ran over to a street magician who was trying to a card trick for a group of enchanted tourists. Derek clapped when the musician showed a middle-aged man his card. Derek turned back to the group with a curious gleam on his face. Why does it take to perform here anyway? Do you have to ask somebody, or do you just show up and start doing stuff? Why would you even ask it? It's a public street. Hey, Miss Mare, can I pull a rabbit out of my hat? Please, Flossie's well behaved, I promise. Derek chuckled, his eyes searched up and down the scene.
Maybe?
Maybe there's a boss at the shopping street. No one does any of this around my neighborhood. It's just regular stores behind walls. It's different if someone wants a real star. Here, I'm pretty sure people are just putting on their little shows whatever they want and do whatever. That's so neat. Will we be allowed to do something to do here? Cove laughed, and Derek began almost vibrating with excitement. Elizabeth rolled her eyes.
What would we do?
Well, I don't know what. Not yet, I mean. I just found it's a possibility, no? But there's gotta be something. We know cool stuff. I'm sure if you think about it, the plans show that really get a crowd pumped. I felt he could try that idea on his own. Yeah, that's a neat idea, but that's not for me, Derek. Do you think that work? I don't know yet. With some amusement, the gang continued to peruse the stalls. Elizabeth found some earrings, dangling. Badly misprinted globe, everyone laughed at. Cove picked up a blob as Iceland, but Derek thought it had to be Greenland. You know, this is a road that looks like a nine continents. I think you're both wrong. No, it's Australia. Larger giggle at my interjection. Suddenly, Cove froze. I stared at him, and I tried to see what caught his attention. When I saw a familiar face down the wall, down the way, it all made sense. Let me guess, it's Jeremy. Yeah, between the crowds, his bright hair stood out like a neon green bowl in a kitchen sink. It was Jeremy. Jeremy slowly drifted his eyes down the street, and his eyes wide in mutual recognition. He definitely noticed me. I think he's jealous because he doesn't have pink hair. Derek frowned and Cove tensed up. I couldn't help but remember the last time I seen Jeremy at Morano's party No wonder Cove was already defensive. Just ignore him. I looked away. I didn't want to start anything with Jeremy. Shenanigans today. This is our day. Elizabeth raised an eyebrow. Her gaze swept over Jeremy without a hint of a clue. I really am interested to see Elizabeth versus Jeremy. Because she can be a tough cookie. Jeremy scoffed to himself and waded deeper into the crowd of people. Derek relaxed and exhaled loudly. I'm glad he's not going to start anything. He peeked over at Elizabeth with a tiny smirk. See, that was the mean kid.
What?
Huh? She still didn't get it. That first summer day hadn't really nearly left an impression on her, as it did for Eric. But he smiled and waited off. Just forget about him. Yeah, and besides, if he tries anything, there's 4 of us and 1 of him. I already have. He laughed, and Cove smiled lightly. He seemed in a much better mood now that Jeremy was gone. My eyes wandered over to where Jeremy disappeared. I had forgotten that day when I met him, either. He was only going to be in town for a vacation when the parents he hated. The glimpse was probably the last time I would ever see him. Yeah, Jeremy's an ass clown. Why would I go after Jeremy? That's insane. I kept that thought to myself. Elizabeth snapped her fingers in front of my face. Apparently, I had been spaced out. Cove and Dark are ready at the next stall. Come on, unless you want to get left here. I nodded and caught with the others. Cove raised an eyebrow. What were you thinking about? Nothing. Gave me a searching look, but let it drop when Derek yelled at me to go check something out. Jeremy's unlike anyone I ever met before. Why am I still thinking about that guy? I thought he was kind of pitiful. The group and I moved from the stall and from Jeremy. It didn't take long for everyone to return to the joking. I enjoyed what little time I had left as Elizabeth mentioned the hour was almost up. The little trip had flown by and lunch has been waiting for now. Derek bounced on the balls of his feet. Come on, guys. Let's get going so we can eat. I'm starving. Homebound, here we come. Cole stretched one of his arms lazily. Let's go then. I looked at him apprisingly. Cole? Can you, carry me back? Hey, Cove? Yeah? Could you carry me back home? What? Cole turned red, obviously flustered. That, I'm just asking. I explained to him I wanted a piggyback ride. I want a piggyback ride. You're the only one big enough to give me a one. Cole sighed and shook his head. Elizabeth and Derek became a chorus of laughter. Come on, Cove. It'll be fun. Please. right.
Cole stepped over to me. He looked like he couldn't believe what he was doing. My lips quirked into a large smile. Yeah, thanks. He carefully crouched down in front of me so that I can climb on. Just in case anything happens. See. It took a bit of climbing to get myself complete on Cole's back. However, when Cole slipped his arms under my legs and stood up, I felt very secure. Elizabeth watched with a smirk on her face while Derek laughed even harder. It was fair to say that my antics were entertaining, but I was glad that Cove went with it. Cove carried me home, but he seemed pretty bashful about the situation. He struck with how much to grip me around me, or whether or not he should try to reposition things. Well, he can reposition me any way you want, Cole. But along with all that, he also seemed to feel some pride to be carrying me. Yeah, because I'm just a tiny little burb. You're a barb. It was a pleasant walk home, and in no time, we had made it back. Derek got the front door and held it open for everyone as we each moseyed inside. The three parents were still in the kitchen. They looked up and waved.
Welcome back, everyone. You made it just in time. I hope you're hungry.
And Cove had brought me inside. The parents couldn't help but notice the odd conveyance. The moms were unsure, and Mr. Holden raised an eyebrow. Hi, I'm having the time of my life. Don't judge me.
Everything okay?
Did you pull something, Nivni?
I'm okay.
Aw, Cove, you gone so strong.
Good kid.
I'm reliable too. What a guy.
Cove rolled his eyes at the commentary and started walking to the couch. He bent down and let me myself pop back on the couch. Ah. Thanks, Cove. I feel like royalty. Thanks for the lift. Cove exhaled loudly and shook out his arms. He just seemed relieved that he made it.
So, did everyone have a nice time out?
She gestured for everyone to take a seat at the table. Plates and silverware had already been placed out. I took my normal seat. Elizabeth sat across from me, and Derek took the seat to the left. Cole sat on my right. But he blushed a little and began fidgeting with his silverware. His dad was the first to pick up on his extra awkwardness, but my mom's weren't far behind. Ooh, sorry, nifty girl. The parents shared looks at Cole's reaction. It seemed that he was struggling with how to act normal around his dad, or my parents, or both, after what happened between the two of us upstairs.
Oh yeah, we had a great time.
It was fine.
I had fun.
Yeah, the bank heist went without a hitch. My joke got some chuckles around the table.
That's good in my book.
Casually, Mr. Holden sat in the empty seat across from Cove. He smiled at me and the other kids. Ma set down a platter full of wire glasses on the table, looked down at the gathering.
It's a good thing we have 8 chairs. I can remember the last time we had a group this big over for a meal. Can you pass the drinks over to the other side? We should all get one.
Sure.
Those close to the cups oblige and start offering waters around. As I passed Cove his drink, our hands touched. Cove froze. I already had let go, and I realized that he was too distracted to function in that moment. The glass fell down to the table, landing with a sharp clatter of glass on the wood. Cove scooted his chair back with a strange shout. I'm sorry. I'll just get a towel or something.
Hi there. What's it? First second? Welcome. This is a fiction novel called Our Life, Beginning and Always. Basically, from childhood and as you're growing up, either like you can be friends with this person, this green-haired man in Cove, or you can be something more. In this case, yeah, we're pretty much pursuing romance. How are you doing? I'm about to wrap this up soon because I want to play Left 4 Dead 2 stream after. First thing it says you're the mom. It said mom when I joined. Now it's the different parts, the different dialogue. But yeah, so the reason why Cove over here he's so nervous is because yeah, our relationship had changed. We were good friends since 8 years old, and now we became So in the story, he's my boyfriend, and I'm his girlfriend, and that's why he's acting all goofy. But yeah, so I don't know how much longer this chapter is. When I finish this, I should take a break, and then yeah, I should do Left 4 Dead 2. If anyone's interested. But yeah, it's a pleasure to meet you. Hopefully you enjoy the last of this, whatever it is. Cause yeah, this is like there's like different summers. So it's like childhood. There's like 8 chapters in childhood. Then it was summer. Then we had then we grew up a bit. And then now it's the end of this summer. So I'm guessing the next one we're gonna be like full-blown adults. And if you're interested in the earlier parts of this series, I played as a Chibi. I played as a Chibi for when I was a kid, and I thought it was precious. Anyway, he looked around in a frantic panic, as if an object soaked up the wire would magically appear if he turned his head fast enough. His dad bit his lip in worry, rising from his own seat.
Cove, what's going on? Been a little out of it today. Did something happen? Cove tense, frozen again. He stared at the wire on the tabletop, as if he wanted to stick in.
Yeah, Cove, did something happen?
I think I should just tell them. There's no way getting around it. There's no 2 ways around it.
Everyone knows. The family knows. His dad knows. There's a thing between us.
I admit what happened between the 2 of us. I had to find out sometime.
Well,
Cove and I, we kissed.
I let out the truth spill. Wait a minute, I didn't want to tell him that. I just wanted to say we were a couple. Not that we freaking kissed. That's too much information. I let the juice spill out like the water before. Cove gasped and his hand shot up to cover his quickly darkening face. No, that's not what I wanted to say. I just wanted to say we're a couple. Not that we... Great. That's just great. Okay. It was silence Erwin processed. Silent. Ha! Both Mom and Ma started to laugh, and that snapped people out of their surprise. Mr. Holden slapped a hand over Cove's shoulder. Congrats! Cove flinched at the touch, but still said nothing. His hands might have well been glued to his head.
Oh, I'm sorry, but they had to find out one way or another. Elizabeth shook her head, and I could hear her, "Can you believe this?" lying in her motion. As I said, always, baby boyfriend. Derek grinned at me and Cove, even if he couldn't see. He was just happy for me. Now, I'm sure we all knew this coming, sooner or later. I had hoped we would wait a couple more years, but what can you do? It's a wonderful thing that you both like each other, but Mom is right. You're both young. We'll just have to chaperone you if you ever want to go on dates. What do you think's gonna happen between us? I'd be happy to help with that too, whenever it's needed. Cove creakily fell back in his seat. His hands hadn't moved, while his expression was unreadable. The color of his skin had reached extreme red. He crashed forward, his head smushed to the table surface, somehow curling even more from his embarrassment. And I feel guilty. Isn't that still wet? No response is given, at least with his hands there. His face should have been somewhat protected from the water. I do feel bad, but I also feel good that that's not something hidden, or it's not something we have to tiptoe around. That it's something that everyone feels good about. I feel pretty good for telling our friends and family something so important. I didn't want those feelings to be a secret. It was a relief that it was out and open. The parents laughed more, all three of them with wide, beaming grins on their faces. Our families are truly uniting now, then. This will be the Holden Adair clan's first meal together, or Adair Holden clan. I'm not sure which one has a better ring to it. Derek's eyes were wide, and he kept shooting furtive looks at the door. Apparently, the grown-ups are making this too much even for him. Yeah, cool family, cool parents, come on. He seemed to be one of the few people concerned for Cove's impression of a withdrawn red-eared slider turtle. You good, bro? Derek whispered encouraging to his flattened friend. Meanwhile, Elizabeth was still unimpressed. And then, finally, I heard a squeak. It was Cove.
Oh my god.
Please, can we please not talk about this anymore? Please. Oh, sure. I think that's enough for now. We just gotta eat lunch after all. Food was placed on the table, and Derek started to fill his plate. Others following suit. Cove sighed quietly as the lunch started up in earnest. Mr. Holden gave his son another pat on the back. Cole slowly straightened back up, and I helped him get a towel and clean the water dripping everywhere at this point. I caught his eyes with him and tried to gauge if he was unhappy with me because of this. Thankfully, he gave no impression of that. The affection he showed back in my room was as strong as ever. As everything got set up, Mom chided Elizabeth to take her elbows off the table. Where's dessert?
Ow.
And you shouldn't slouch. She pointed to Mr. Holden, who was leaning forward with both arms on the table. Oops. Mr. Holden seemed unsure about all the sudden attention and carefully arranged his posture to something suitable for a fancy dinner. He smiled sheepishly at Ma. Elizabeth rolled her eyes, and Ma gave her a level look at her. You shouldn't be impolite to guests in the house either. Elizabeth groaned, long suffering. Ma giggled, and Mr. Holden chuckled.
Not bad.
A lot of you can learn a thing or two from Derek. He has the best manners here. Derek blushed, but it was true. His posture was upright and formal. He even held his fork gracefully. His table manners, on top of all his attempts to aid my parents, made the motto of a meal of tenny behavior. It's nothing. It's true, though. You have been a lovely guest. I noticed that too. It's always nice when you stay over, Derek. Derek smiled and sat a little taut in his chair. Do you have anything good to say about our other guest? She looked deliberately at Cove with a teasing smirk.
Yeah, Cove has been upstanding.
Or is there nothing to say? Well, Cove is my number one, but he still does clean his hands by wiping them on his pants. Cove frowned at that and absentmindedly brushed his hands on his pants legs. My mom's laughed lightly.
There.
Elizabeth should know after all these years, Cove is hardly a guest anymore.
Yeah, he's family.
Cole smiled awkwardly. Thanks.
Manners.
Who cares? It's not that big of a deal. Me neither. Everyone ate their meal together and continued to hang out for the afternoon. After the food, and I and the others played a couple games and talked about plans for the upcoming year. Time passed by quickly and soon it was time to part ways. Mr. Holden talked to my moms, and Cove drifted over to me. As soon as his dad finished up, he would be leaving. It'd be cool to stay, but we have some stuff to do before everything closes today.
Okay.
Yeah. Bye. Could you move? I need the phone. Cove raised an eyebrow, and Elizabeth impatiently gestured behind him. Cove realized he was standing right in front of where the receiver was placed. He sidestepped out of the way and shook his head, clearly thinking Elizabeth was rushing too much. My sister made a beeline for the phone and started dialing the number of what I fear was one of her friends. Not Elizabeth, she was going to be there for a while. Cove and I and Derek shoved closer to the door. It seemed like Mr. Holden was wrapping up his conversation. Everyone started to sing their various farewells.
Talk to you later.
See you later, Cove. Gotta do this again sometime. Yeah, see you. Cove turned to me and smiled slightly. Bye, Nivni. I hugged Cove goodbye. I stood forward and spread my arms wide. Cove only had a moment to react before I circled him in my arms. Cove hugged me back tightly, and his chest rumbled as he laughed. His smile is precious. His cheeks were slightly red, especially when he looked over and noticed that Derek had watched the whole time. Derek smiled amusingly.
Dude.
Seriously, dude, we'll have to hang out later. I'm gonna miss you during school. He offered Cove a high five, and the two boys clapped their hands together. Cove and his dad left soon after. My parents started cleaning up the house, and Elizabeth was still chatting to her friends on the phone. It was just Derek and I who were left. He liked to stay outside in front of the house to wait for his dad to pick him up. I decided to keep him company, although he was originally Cove's visitor. A light summer breeze blew through my hair, and Derek shifted his weight from foot to foot. Thanks for waiting for me. He kicked at the ground, distractedly.
Well,
Dad's gonna be for a while, so do you want to go for a walk? Sure, I don't mind. The two of us walked down the street again, just wandering without a destination planned. It was a quiet stroll. Too quiet for Derek being the company. I turned to him when I noticed that he wasn't saying a word. That was unusual. Derek always has something he could chat about. I wasn't sure if I should ask him about it. Somehow, I ended up at the old park near the beach. I glanced over to Derek once more, still expecting him to say something, any second now. However, nothing came from him. In fact, now I noticed a frown creeping on his face. Derek smiled when he realized I was watching, at least his mouth was turned up. There wasn't anything really that felt happy in the expression. He turned away, and the smile fell off his face. Let's up with Derek. His eyes stared intently at the ground, and I raised the eyebrow. If you want to talk about something, I'm here to listen. Well, I'm a little sad. It's just with school starting up again, it's gonna be hard to visit. We'd have homework, and clubs, and practices, and everything else.
sucks.
It really sucks we go to different schools. His face screwed up and his fists were closed together tightly. This is really concerning him. What if we don't have time? I channeled the optimist into this conversation. We'll make time. We can talk over the phone and have plans for weekends. It'll be okay. Adair looked up at the sky. It was orange and purple with little wisps of clouds scattered around. A plane flew high with a jet stream trailing behind it. I hope we'll always be friends, no matter what. Even if we don't see each other for a long time, or if we get really busy, I still hope. He cut himself off and met my eyes. There was something serious to him. Suddenly worried that I'd fall out of friendship. Hey, we're always gonna be friends. Derek smiled, mostly to himself. He seemed a little more like the usual. Then, for sure, you have to make the most of the next year, the year after that, and the year after that. He rambled on for a while about these things. We'll just to make the most of the year of every year. Right. I smiled. I felt like our friendship was still strong. I didn't spend much longer at the park after that. Derek didn't want to miss his dad, so we both made our way back to the street. After Derek went back home, I decided to settle in for the night. I'm stretching my arms over my head. The nose of the living room and the phone were free. I took it easy. Called my cousin Lee. I picked up the receiver and quickly punched the familiar number while going to take a seat on the couch. Soon enough after explaining the situation to the housekeeper, Lee answered.
Hey!
Hi, Lee. Can I talk? Definitely. We practically have to. Oh my gosh, it's almost time for school to start. What happened to our summer? School starts first thing tomorrow for me. Ew. And I thought starting next week was bad enough. Enjoy your last week. I will. I hope you'll survive your first day. I think it'll be okay. School isn't too bad. That's true. Maybe it'll end up being a really good year. At least summer was nice while it lasted right. We were busy. Yeah. Finally, I thought about all the best memories I made this summer. Lee was there for some, but there were still many I hadn't put in on yet. I reminisce about a moment of my summer. I began to speak about what's that one? That incredibly hot afternoon? Oh, I think it's just one of the watermelons. I guess I have the ability to talk about all of them. I went with Cove to a birthday party. It was for a classmate we had, Miranda. Birthday parties are always fun. There was a bounce house, games, and cake, and ice cream. She knows how to throw a party. I made Cole wear one of those funny hats. And I bet he loved every minute of it. And then we both burst his laughter. I began to talk about that one day with the big shopping trip in the morning. There was this day that Mom and Ma took me, Elizabeth, and on a big supply shopping trip. What made that so memorable? Lee chuckled, but I could hear the curiosity in her voice. I hung out late with Cove. I hung out with him till late. What were you two up to? It wasn't hard to imagine the teasing look Lee must have had on her face. Her imagination was already running far too wild. nothing crazy happened. Boo. We just caught up with stuff. The day was over before we knew it. There's always good days. Yeah. The guy didn't talk about the road trip. I went on vacation. Cole's parents ended up inviting my whole family on an RV road trip.
Really?
Wow, that's awesome. It was a 3-day trip and we visited the Redwood National Forest. Lucky. Cole snuck up into the loft where I was staying. Cole did... What? Wait, what? Since when? It took a while until I stopped laughing from Lee's reaction, along with to tell her every detail of the story. She excitedly squealed more than once. I can't believe we're holding on with such a juicy story. Nothing really happened. Pfft, keep telling yourself that. You have to give me an update on what happens next. It was hard to focus on what you're saying. My face is probably rare right now, just thinking about what happened. I began to speak about when Cole's mom took us on a wild ride. Oh, one time Cole's mom and me had Cole go with her on a ride all over town. Well, why'd she do that? Just cuz? Sort of. We got caught in the sun shower, and she wanted to help us air dry. I kept going from there. We went to the movie without even knowing what it was. It was this ghost horror movie, and it was actually fun to watch. Really? What happened in it? I took a while to explain to her the events of the film. She listened, very entertained. Began to speak about wait a minute. So if the wild ride was with them, yeah, because we're eating watermelons during the summer, it was hot, and then we got caught in that sun shower. We're not caught. We were dancing around it, and then we had to get air dried on that car ride. Then what the heck is that incredibly hot afternoon? I remember the hottest day this summer. I could barely do anything and had to stay inside the entire afternoon. Oh, I remember it. I remember. Almost the one when he said like we were playing Hangman. Yeah, we were playing Hangman, and I was trying to figure out what did it say. Eventually, it spelled out that I was cute. That one. We were playing Hangman, and that's what he picked for me to figure out that I was cute. I heard her audibly gasp. That's such a move. What did you do? I learned as much as I was willing, and she gratefully took in all the details. Got to speak about... I'm not gonna do these two. These are more personal. Well, that one's... Nah, not really noteworthy. That one, yeah, that's personal for Cole. This one. I went to a soiree at my mom's country club. There was lots of food, dancing, and people dressed up formally.
Cool.
Ooh, I've been to one of those. They're cool. But how did it go for you?
Cole was my date.
No way. You asked him out on a date. Like a date.
Yeah.
After laughing a bit, I dove into telling Lee everything about my night with Cole. I enjoyed sharing that memory with her. What was your big highlight for the summer's Lee? Talking to you is always the best part of my summer. Even though it was a phone call, I just knew that Lee was winking at me.
Come on, tell me.
What? You don't believe me?
Lee?
Alright, okay. So a high point for me was when I took that trip with my parents to Europe. That was amazing! Lee and I continued to go over our adventures until both of us were yawning to each other over the phone.
Bravo says.
Hello, Nini. How's it going?
Chat still.
Yeah, Bravo says, hello, Nini. How's it going? The chat's it's not auto-scrolling.
Everything's going great. I'm just wrapping up this.
It's the end of summer.
So basically,
Yeah, I continue from that chapter when we went to the soiree, or like that party where Cove was my date. And yeah, it ended up being had the time of our lives. I mean, there was like an emotional moment where Cove was like conflicted of how he should feel, or things were changing too fast for him. But eventually he accepted the situation and got much closer. And then yeah, there came a point where I asked Cove, hey, my bedroom, I said, hey, can we just kiss? Cove was like, yeah, he was floored. But he accepted it most graciously. And so, yeah, in the story, Cove and I are a couple now. He's my boyfriend, and I'm his girlfriend. And I also told everybody, I told both families, the reason why Cove is acting so strange is because, he kissed me, and we're a thing. And from there, it's history. Also, Cove's mom, she had to move away now. Ross is, oh ho ho, spicy. But yeah, we had the day ended bittersweet, having to say goodbye to Cove's mom. And at first I said I didn't trust her, I didn't like her, but I really grew fond of her. And I don't know, I felt like she was like a wingman to me, or a wing woman. She kind of like helped facilitate situations between me and Cove. And that's pretty much what happened. And the summer's ending, so I'm gonna wrap this up. Whenever this chapter ends, I'll take a break and I'll play Left 4 Dead 2. Are you available to play Left 4 Dead 2 Bravo? You can do that facility or that campaign called Bravo if you want. If you can't, then that's fine, because then I could just do like, I don't know, maybe I could just do more of that Left 4 Marathon. Lee and I continue to go over my adventures until both of us are yawning to each other over the phone. Which one? Browsers I have, but 1 hour to spare. Before you go, there's one other thing you should know, Lee. I told knew Cole had a crush on today. There was a pause of silence. When my cousin, I decided to pull my ear away from the phone. And as expected, a screech loud enough for me to make out clear from a distance crackled through the speaker. I knew it. When I felt it was safe, I put the phone back against my head. He was still gushing to herself, though a little less loudly. Why'd you say sooner? He had to kiss you back, right? You two are the most perfect pair ever. Tell me more. I used the precious little time I had left to try filling her in as best I could when I was capable of that moment. But soon, the approach of curfew became too much for me to ignore, despite how excited the both of us were. And with that, I decided it was time to say goodbye for now. I did have school to wake up in the morning. Bye, Lee.
Bye.
Night, Nivni. Talk to you later. I left the phone on the side table for now. Looking at the clock on the wall, I saw there was only about 10 minutes until my mom would be insisting I had to go to bed so I could be rested enough for school. I stretched my legs, stretch out on the couch, and sighed in defeat, watching the minute hand change 1 minute closer to bedtime. I rearranged myself, feeling restless, and looked out the window. So initially, I spotted a figure on the hill. It was Cove. With the surprise faded, I realized it wasn't that much of a shock at all. It was exactly something Cove would do. Smacked the window against the tension. I want to go outside to meet him. Strolling casually, I went over to the front door. When we arrived, I noticed how many fireflies were out that night, drifted along lazily, barely minding my presence as I waited to reach the top of the hill. Cove turned towards me as I approached. I noticed right away that Cove looked happy to see me. Hey. I had a bounce in my step. I wasn't sure how long I'd get there before my mom brought me back inside for bed. Hey, what are you doing out here? Nothing. Not really. He shrugged, seemed unhappy in his own answer. I stared at him, waiting for him to continue. Well, I guess I was just feeling kind of weird about stuff. Getting some fresh air before bed. I know how you feel. It's hard to stay still. Tomorrow's gonna be the start of a new year. At the mention of school, a small noise escaped him. Cove let himself fall back onto his butt, all the way down, so he was laying on his back. He looked up at the sky. I sat on his chest? Wouldn't that be uncomfortable for him? Nope, says Nivni. I'm playing black me some thoughts. Next, Left 4 Dead 2. We're a bit after this. I think I'm either gonna play that Bravo campaign. There's a campaign that's called Bravo. Or I might do more Left 4 Marathon. But yeah, that's a good one. But yeah, I either do Left 4 Marathon, more of the OG campaigns, or I might do Bravo. He's still processing everything, so I'll just lay down next to him, rather than catch him off guard, as much as I want to sit on him. Bravo says, Nani? Camping? You know what I'm talking about. There's a camping with your name on it. Bravo. You have been lost in thought, or is passing away from me to situate myself. But he starts speaking unprompted again.
Thanks for telling me, Dad. Tell me about my dad. And the money he offered you to be my friend.
This was probably the last thing I was expecting out of him. Posing to pick up on that, I stretched his arm out, wide, in front of him. Yeah, because I had a decision. It was like for them, I didn't tell my cousin Lee about the dinner I had with Cole's family, because it got really emotional when I decided I could no longer hide the fact that his dad, when I was just 8 years old, he tried to pay me I think it was $20 to like hang out with Cove, because he felt Cove was lonely. I didn't accept the money, but the fact that his dad like took it upon himself to like, hey, I will just, you know, make you a friend rather than like letting Cole decide. And yeah, Cole felt like, you know, he felt awful about that. But I decided, yeah, I didn't want things to just, you know, just pretend everything was fine. He deserved to know the truth. And it actually turned out for the better. His dad realized that he shouldn't take things upon himself for his son's future. She went to his son to decide how to be happy. This was probably the last thing I was expecting out of him, causing to pick up on that and stretch his arm out, wide in front of him.
I mean, this is where we met, remember? It happened that day.
His smile. I can recall that sad little boy with a pink cast, who I found in this very spot. It felt like a lifetime ago.
I kind of have a strange feeling looking at you, but not in a bad way. Just thinking about you then, and really seeing you now, it's something.
He turned his face away from me. I got the impression he was trying to hide a blush. It was almost unbelievable how much of an impact he made on my life just by moving next door. I couldn't even imagine my days might have looked like in a world where I hadn't met him. Cole glanced back at me, waiting for a response, and I had no idea what to say. Then, still without a word, Cole shook his head strongly. What?
It's you.
Huh? He snickered back before answering, looked thoroughly amused with my reaction.
That's what you do all the time. So, I'm being you.
Not able to argue with his assessment, I accepted it. Cole smiled, pleased at me. Honestly, there weren't that many people I could think of who teased me about something like that. Returning a smile, I realized there's no denying two of us have been around each other for a long time. Cole broke the quiet before it could fully settle.
See you tomorrow. Hey, I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, See you then. Finally, Cove headed for home, but I stayed there for a few minutes longer. My mind kept going back to his simple statement. See you tomorrow. No matter how much is changing around me, there's something in some things in my life that always seem to remain true. The hills felt warm to me that night. Before I knew it, I was getting comfortable under the covers in my room. My mind couldn't help but still be buzzing with the thoughts about the future. It was hard to not think about Cove. I hadn't enough time to really figure out after all what happened between us. I felt excited. There was no doubt in my mind that things were moving forward. I couldn't wait to find out what changes were waiting for the both of us on the horizon. Slowly, eyes grew heavy as I drifted off to sleep, my mind spinning with wishful thoughts. No matter what happened next, I could only hope that I can make the most of it. When I was staring in a dream, a noise from the outside row jostled me. My eyes snapped open. The light clouds together continued, and now that I was more alert, I could distinguish a tapping noise. Quiet, slow, but persistent. Each beat was like being poked. I couldn't ignore it. I lifted my head from the pillow and looked for the source.
Well, still you want a baseball bat? I got a baseball bat on me.
Not much work was needed to puzzle it.
Oh, it's from the window. I got 2 baseball bats, and one has a nail in it.
That, I knew exactly what it was. When the corridor light filtered into the room, it was too early for anyone to be awake, including the sun. It barely hauled itself over the horizon. But that didn't stop some people. It seemed. I sat up in my bed and opened the window wide. Cool air, but not yet warmed by the day, tickling my face as it pushed into my room. Just as I expected, there was a neighbor crouching on my windowsill. He was fully dressed, though not for school. He was wearing his wetsuit and a shy smile. Hi, Nivni. I stared back, blinking. So technically, I won't be back to school for a few more hours. His voice was delicate, yet deliberate, each word a careful explanation. Classes haven't started yet, so do you want to hit the beach one more time this summer?
You're crazy. It's way too early, Cove. There we go. Cove, you're so cute. His smile widened affection. That smile of his. I rushed to get changed to something more suitable while Cove climbed back down to ground level. My limbs, still half asleep, struggled somewhat as I attempted to coordinate them into a swimsuit. But I got there in the end. Soon, I was tiptoeing out the front door, clutching a towel. Who was already there to greet me. My eyes met. Cove's gaze darted to my destination and back to me. I checked the door was closed, gave him a thumbs up, and the 2 of us leapt into action. Wordlessly, I
I began to run down the familiar path ahead, Cole beside me. The thrill of our illicit outing made me want to laugh. Not that I dared. If anyone in our family looked out and saw that, then the summer would be back to being over. One's glance at Cole told me that he was exactly the same, holding back Snickers for the fear of being heard and caught. Towel streamed out from under my arm like a cape. I was running so fast, downhill, that something keeping my balance and not tumbling down was a real threat. It just was enough for one to make me slow my pace, or every step I took, the beach was a little closer, and day a little brighter. What lay ahead for me would arrive, and I was happy to meet it. In between. Yay! Love. Yes. Surprise me. Just in case anything happens. There. Ooh. Which initiative level would you like Cove to have for step 3? What's that supposed to mean? Low initiative, middle initiative, high initiative. High initiative. The start of class and the relaxed, free days of summer. It didn't take long for me to get back into the swing of the school year routine. Schedules and homework became the new normal. Derek wasn't around nearly as much. With school and after-school activities, there weren't many opportunities for him to take the trip out to my neighborhood. Sometimes I hear that there's a training camp or something like that, but I wasn't always sure what he was up to. But I still kept touch with him over the phone as best I could. The Jeremy kid disappeared after that summer, and no one ever heard from him again. Where he went, or how he might have be up to, was a mystery. I saw Miranda around. Since I hung around with her on her birthday, she opened up to me. Two of us talked regularly. She was singing towards Cove. After a while, all three of us developed a real friendship together. More summers came and went like the waves on the shore, coming in and out. In my second year of high school, someone new started to visit Sunset Bird, a sunny girl named Terry Brooke. She was a friend Cove made due to them being both ocean obsessed. Terry was more than glad to befriend me too. Someone close to Cole had to be good company, I felt. I was pleased to get along with her as well. Funnily enough, Terry was also extremely tight with Miranda, who also known for even longer than Cole. The four of us were able to create a small friend circle. As for my home life, the Adairs also had some developments. Changing laws and public perception countrywide made it possible for my moms to openly wear their wedding rings without questions. Though they had a wedding years ago, it was only recently that the union was officially recognized everywhere in the US. That was a good day, to say the least. Elizabeth came into her own and stopped being quite as irritable. She could no longer be worried about perceived childishness as she grew up for real. She didn't even mind being called Lizzie again, although most people used to call her Liz. She eventually graduated high school, went out to attend college in another state. It was a lot for me to adjust to my older sister being gone. Liz never let me forget her role in my life, though, and I kept in touch. Cole's relationship with his family improved over the years. Kyra visited several times after that summer, and things became easier between the two. He was also closer with his dad than ever before. I knew they talked more, and that helped prevent a lot of friction before I could start. However, Cove grew into someone no one else can call social. He kept to himself, usually. He cared for the few connections he did have, but didn't reach outside them. Outdoor and physical activity still had his heart and his body. By this point, he had developed real skill. Many people thought he actually what it took to become a pro. Things had shifted between me and Cove, but in a way that most couldn't see. After all this time, he wasn't just my neighbor. He wasn't just my friend. Even a guy that I was interested in. I was in love with him. I loved Cove. I knew that fact for certain. There was always no one else that I held these feelings for. It was strange to look back at all of it, the future fading into my present, and then it was simply the past. Even the most fundamental parts of my life couldn't last forever. I felt that the most poignantly the day I inevitably graduated high school. It was over. I would never be going back ever again. From now on, whatever came next was my choice. And I could be directing my own life. That was where I was currently the summer after school had ended. The first summer of true freedom. What used to be a reprieve from the typical was now going to be my first step into adulthood. Well, I'm gonna bookmark it here. Alright, chirps. That is... let me see this here. Yeah. Huh. Lizzie really grew up. But yeah, I'm going to bookmark it here. This is it for part 8 of Our Life, Beginning Always visual novel. Mahalo everybody. Thank you very much for listening or watching to this stream. It's also nice to meet some new faces and have my OG chirps. Also enjoy this. But yeah, so I'm gonna take a break. I don't know how long, and then I shall play Left 4 Dead 2 to close out the night. Anyway, this is Vtuber Nivni Adair and Nitty Hat. And Nitty Hat signing out. Take care, stay safe, stay nitty, and stay chirpy. If you can't stay for Left 4 Dead 2, then I'll catch you whenever you have the opportunity, because life gets busy. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Yeah, and stay chirpy. Later, guys. Well, Roses, see you later. See you later, alligator. Funny enough, I was playing Conan Exiles Enhanced today, and I fought some alligators. An ironic it's one. And eventually I lost all my stuff when I flew too close to the sun. But yeah, if you have time, Bravo,
Well, I'll ask you like after the stream. But yeah. There, guys. Bye-bye.